If you're looking for a body lotion that will brighten up your skin, I'm sure you've heard of the Alpha Skincare Glycolic Acid, Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotion, which contains 5% glycolic acid. And then there's a Naturium, the smoother glycolic acid body lotion. I've used the two of them, so I'm going to be comparing the two of them and let you know which one is my favorite of the two and why, and which one actually lightens up your skin. So watch this video to the end so that if you're thinking of, because they both contain glycolic acid and you may not be sure which one to go for, I'm going to review their differences and help you decide which one is better for your skin. First of all, we know that glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid, is water soluble, so it also exfoliates your skin and remove dead skin cells, and it has the benefit of stimulating collagen production, so it can be like an aging product. In terms of brightening your skin, glycolic acid is up there. It can help to brighten your skin. So let's start with I've used this one for a longer time. I've used this one for about a year plus, and I've been using this Naturium glycolic acid for about 6 months now. Let's review them side by side. Starting with the Naturium glycolic acid, this contains 234 ml of product in the tube. It contains 10% glycolic acid, and according to the manufacturers, it's a body lotion that will exfoliate and resurface your skin to help reveal softer skin. It is formulated with 10% glycolic acid, which effectively works to smooth and brighten your skin, to increasing the appearances of dark spots. It also has nourishing shea butter that can help boost your skin moisture. So in terms of packaging, this is what it looks like. Sorry if there are some products on it. I've been using it for a while, so I don't really have the time to start cleaning, but this is what it looks like. It comes in this tube, and I like the packaging because you can just press out your product without contaminating what is inside. So this is what, when you press it out, it's quite thick. This is what it looks like. It's quite thick. You can see it's not running, and it's easy to blend on your skin. It does not really have an oily finish. It's going to give you that dewy look, but it's not shiny like oil. It doesn't have that oily finish at all, and it doesn't sting when you apply it on your skin. I use the lotion 2 to 3 times a week, and I use it mostly at night time. In terms of the ingredient list, aside from glycolic acid, it contains benzoate, it contains cetyl alcohol, it contains isopropyl palmitate, it contains sodium hydroxide, it contains shea butter, it contains dimeticon, it contains fruit extract, it contains some seed oil, it contains allantoin, it contains xylitol. So let's analyze the ingredient list of Naturium. Right on top, you can see that there's aqua or water, and next to it we have glycolic acid on top there, which means that there's a good amount of glycolic acid. Naturium has already declared that this product contains 10% glycolic acid. Next to it is the C12 to 15 alkyl benzoate, which is basically an emollient to help the lotion give that non-greasy and silky feel. And then we have the isopropyl palmitate, which is another emollient to give that smooth application. For people that have acne prone skin, just know that it can be mildly comedogenic, but this is a body lotion and not for the face. And right next to it we have the butyrospermum package, which is shea butter. This is quite great because shea butter is rich in fatty acids, so it will help to nourish and soften the skin, and is also particularly important because it can help to counteract the drying effect that alpha hydroxy acid like glycolic acid may have. There's vegetable oil, which is also giving the skin some added level of nourishment. There's glycerin, which is a humectant meaning it draws moisture into your skin. And then next to it there's the sea buckthorn oil, although Naturium has written it out as hypophyraminoides. This is sea buckthorn oil. Sea buckthorn oil is also rich in omega fatty acid. It is a great antioxidant and helps to condition the skin. It's also rich in carotenoids and vitamin E. So overall, it's a great ingredient to have on your lotion. Then there's allantoin, which is soothing and quite calming for the skin. It also has some mild keratolytic properties, which means that it can help to remove dead skin cells mildly. So generally, it will also help to soften the skin. And then there's a xylitol glucoside and hydroxyxylitol and xylitol. Three of them together combined forms a complex which is derived from sugar cane. They basically just help to retain, help your skin to retain water and strengthen your skin barrier. You can look at them as offering some extra moisturizing effect to the lotion. And then there's candelilla wax, which is plant derived. It's an emulsifier like beeswax, but in this case, it is plant derived, so vegan, just to help give the formula some extra texture and structure. And then there's phenoxyethanol and ethyl hexaglycerine, which are preservatives. And one of the sweet things about this preservative, and one of the reasons why it is widely used, is that it does not release formaldehyde. Some preservatives slowly release formaldehyde into the lotion. But generally phenoxyethanol and ethyl hexaglycerine are non-formaldehyde releasing preservatives. Also, you can notice that the lotion does not contain any parabens. It's fragrance free. It does not contain paraben, it does not contain lanolin, it does not contain mineral oil, it does not contain petrolatum, it does not contain propylene glycol. And the manufacturers, I said, after 12 months of use, you have to discard it. You can't use it when it's been opened for more than 12 months. This is a body lotion. I don't use it on my face, just on my body. So far, I wouldn't say it has a lot of brightening. When I use it, definitely my keratosis pilaris gets reduced. My skin is bright, it's even, it's fresh, but it's not giving you that whitening, that lightening your skin like a shade or two, but no more than that. My skin is radiant, it looks well taken care of. And yeah, that is what I get when I use this lotion. I also use it for my underarm. It's quite good for the underarm. I use it for my elbow areas, my knee area, and I've noticed brightening of that area. They're not dark. Even on my knuckles, they're not dark. My knee area is even. My keratosis pilaris is better. My skin is smoother. This is currently going for about $18 on Naturium website. I'm going to see how much the Alpha Skincare Renewal goes for. Next is the Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotion. This contains 12% glycolic acid. There's a 12% difference. Doesn't make a lot of difference in how active the product is. I've used this product so much that the write-up on the body have all faded away. I've used it for about a year plus. Now this is what it looks like. It generally comes in a tube like this, a 340 grams tube. In terms of consistency, this is what it looks like. It's slightly lighter than Naturium. This is what it looks like. It's not runny. Let me put the Naturium side by side so you guys can see. So this is Naturium and this is Alpha Skincare Glycolic Acid. So this is lighter in terms of consistency, but they are both not running. And then if you apply on your skin, it has a more shiny feel compared to Naturium, but it's also not oily. See, it just has that dewy finish. It's not oily. And in terms of smell, Naturium has a very minimal smell, but this one has less of a smell compared to Naturium. Both of them are mildly, like, I wouldn't even say they contain fragrance. Alpha Skin Renewal, slightly cheaper than Naturium. This is going for $12. This is going for $18. Now, if we look at the ingredient list, I'm going to have to go to their website because I can hardly see anything on my stuff because I've overused it. In terms of the ingredient list, it contains water, it contains petrolatum, it contains glycolic acid, it contains ammonium hydroxide, it contains stearic acid, it contains dimethicone, it contains mineral oil, cetyl alcohol, glyceryl stearate, PEG 100 stearate, lanolin alcohol, PEG 40 stearate, subitan stearate, propylene glycol, dioxylidinyl urea. It contains iodopropenyl butyl carbamate. It's free of parabens, sulfates, and fragrances. So analyzing the ingredient list, you can see that first is water, then we have petrolatum, and third on the list is glycolic acid. Alpha Skincare has declared that glycolic acid is at 12%, which is slightly higher than what we got in Naturium. And then there's petrolatum, which is the second ingredient on the ingredient list. Petrolatum is an occlusive, so what it does is that it sits on the skin and helps create like a seal to prevent water from evaporating from the surface of the skin. It doesn't really penetrate or nourish the skin in any particular way. It's just an occlusive. It just sits and prevent moisture loss. So it's more or less there to enhance moisture retention. And then we have glycerin next, which is a humectant, which draws moisture into the skin. And then there's dimethicone and mineral oil. Dimethicone is a silicone, so it just helps to make the formulation lightweight and have that silky smooth feel. Also, there's mineral oil, which like petrolatum is an occlusive. It helps to also prevent moisture loss. But one thing about mineral oil is that it can make the formulation have a slightly more heavy feel. And follow up to that, there's lanolin alcohol, which is an emulsifier. There's ammonium hydroxide, which is a pH adjuster. It helps the formulation to have the right amount of pH level so that the glycolic acid remains effective. And then there's propylene glycol, which is a humectant. But one thing about propylene glycol is that people with very sensitive skin, at very high concentration, it can be quite irritating for them. So for products that are designed to be targeted at people with sensitive skin, a lot of formulators try to stay away from propylene glycol. Then there's diazolidinyl urea and iodopropenyl butyl carbamate, which is another preservative. But the thing about diazolidinyl urea is that it releases formaldehyde into your lotion slowly, and this is how it prevents microbial growth in your lotion. So that is how it does its preservative work, by slowly releasing formaldehyde. But as long as it's at a very tiny concentration, regulatory bodies consider it safe. You can see that Alpha Skincare formulation is really quite simple. There's not a lot of ingredient on it. There's no fragrance, there's no paraben, there's no soothing ingredient per se to help buffer up the exfoliation. It's just a very functional formulation. So in terms of brightening, I would say Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotion gave me more brightening compared to Naturium. Naturium definitely smoothens your skin, makes your skin radiant, but in terms of actual lightening, visible lightening of your skin that you would appreciate, I would give it to Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotion. I don't think it's because it contains just 2% more glycolic acid, that is why it's lightening your skin more. But there's something about the formulation that is making it more lightening compared to Naturium glycolic acid body lotion. And this one can sting sometimes. If I'm using any of them, I don't use an exfoliating wash. I just use like a normal moisturizing wash before I apply my my body lotion. Contain about the same quantity of product. This I would say gives me more lightening compared to this. Anyway, that is that for today, you guys. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment down below if you've tried any of this product, or if you will be trying any of the product. Let me know in the comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.